pause.
Sorry, is
but
that
like,
glass half full? What up? The more water you drink, the bigger your dick is.
what?
Welcome to the Creatures Comedy Podcast. We got Raul Kohli running it back. Round 2, baby. Let's get back into it because we were just singing the praise of
The GOAT, Vlad McTavish, my very first mentor.
Vladimir McTavish. I've known him for 10 years?
10 years? Yeah, I've been in comedy 12 years, so I've known him, I would say, 11 years.
Yeah, I met him when I started going out to Australia, doing the festivals.
So you met him 10 years ago in Oz?
Yeah, so I think it was
I didn't even realize he was doing Oz back then.
Yeah, man. I'm sure, maybe it was 8 years ago, but he was doing a lot with Alex Petty, right?
He still does, bro, because I do a lot with Alex Petty.
Wow.
And so, that was the whole thing, is, we have, every year we go, a German restaurant.
Yeah.
And I went this year and was like, where's Vlad? And they were like, oh, he's not coming, he's got health issues, he's not coming out this year. And I just didn't think it was that big of a deal, do you know what I mean? I'll get over it, we'll see him again. And it's such a shame, bro, because he's, been an ever-present in my career. I'd say he's my first mentor. Yeah. He was like the Obi-Wan Kenobi to my Anakin Skywalker. Not that I'm going to turn into a dark, evil, servant of the Empire.
Look, you still got time, dude.
I still got time, bro.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Padme breaks your heart. We'll see how that goes.
This is all a bit close to home.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't want to start making parallels.
So basically, he was one of the first circuit headliners, someone of any importance, to make me feel he took a shine to me. He helped get me on. He got me on at a gig, one of my first gigs at Northumbria University. He got me in with the stand, got me in with the Laughing Horse. So I did my first Fringe Festival shows because of him. And he helped build the stand. I don't think people know that. But he's crazy. His wife is pretty deep in there as well. She works in the head office. And so without him, I don't really think you get a stand Edinburgh, Glasgow, Newcastle. You don't get the ecosystem that's in Scotland and the Northeast. I think without him, you don't get a Bridges, a Sloss, a Some Laugh podcast. You don't get myself. Not that I am in any way on those guys' levels, but I'm not sitting here right now if it wasn't for him. And it's just nuts because for every part of my career, from the early days doing open mics for fucking shit money in the middle of nowhere, he loved it so much he'd be at those mics. Yeah. From there right until this year, he's been an ever-present in my career, just this guru who, shepherded me from Edinburgh to Australia. And I'm gonna miss him, man. I really, really am gonna miss him, because it's just weird, knowing that I'll go to this down rap party and not to see him in, his matching tartan, just puffing on a cigarette. Raul, how are you? Accent is. It's so stereotypical. He was so stereotypically Scottish. To some extent, the character and the act, merged. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The tartan suit. The hair was always perfect, bro. I sort of got his style now, haven't I?
For the longest time, didn't know it was an act.
You didn't know it was his name? Or, because it was 6 years into my career when somebody's like, oh, where's Paul? And I was like, who the fuck is Paul? There's no Paul at this show. They were like, Paul Sneddon. You know Paul Sneddon. You see with him all the time. I'm like, who the hell is Paul Sneddon? That's my maths teacher from year fucking 8. I've never met a Paul Sneddon in my life.
Vladimir McTavish.
What? Holy shit, yeah.
Dude.
It would be a ridiculous real name, wouldn't it? That was when I realized you could have a stage name.
Yeah. And people will still believe it.
What kind of Russian oligarch who married a Scottish Highlands princess would produce a Vladimir McTavish?
But dude, it worked, and it was him. And I remember in Australia, he's always the person who will just be so kind to absolutely every comic. And I know he resonated the same thing in Scotland of it didn't matter who you were, he was just friendly to you.
Yeah, I think you meet those names sometimes. I'd say Paul Sneddon is another one. For me personally, you just meet comics who I think have stature, they have a story behind them, they have a legacy already while they're walking, while they're breathing, but they just have no ego. You meet them and you no, you feel small because of your own anxiety, but they make you feel 10 foot tall.
Yeah, they meet you on your level.
Yeah, they make you feel like you belong there.
And it's so good. It's so good to have those people who are out there in the scene just showing that this is what you could be. This is the comic you can grow into.
Yeah, and I think like I don't want to, because I think when you're young and you're starting out and you're new, so much of it is about your ego, and it's like so many of us get into this for validation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That maybe we unconsciously don't even realize we're getting into this for. Mm-hmm. And then like when a bigger act or somebody you've looked up to, you bump into them in the green room and they're just like, yeah, they just don't have the time. They just like come in, do their show, and then they leave. You're like, that motherfucking prick. He's a horrible person. I don't want to give them grief, because as I've got older and I've got a bit busier on the circuit, I'm like, shit, where do people find the time? I always feel overwhelmed. It takes me infinite hours to write. I don't know how the hell people have time to have a family and shit like that, and then spend 15, 20 minutes with these new acts they may never see again, because they may not continue, and be like, how was your day? How are you finding it? Or you're a really good act. But somebody like that, he always had the time, and I just think...
remembering a joke.
Yep.
Remembering a personal thing about that person.
Yep.
Dude, did you ever meet Ronnie?
Ronnie who?
Ronnie Chang?
The big American comic?
Oh, he's Australian.
Australian? No. Oh, is he? Shit, the guy who ended up on Saturday Night Live?
No, on The Daily Show.
On The Daily Show, that's same thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, on The Daily Show, yeah. Like, holy shit. Yeah, what, Ken Jeong?
No.
Same thing to me, no. Anyway, Paul Chowdhury, do not know. No. I did not meet it, but I know of him. I saw him on The Daily Show. I was like, oh, wow, this is funny.
So he was a guy who'd be regularly at the comedy festivals and stuff.
Oh, shit.
But the sweetest dude in the world. Because I remember one night meeting him at Max Watts, the artist bar. And then my buddy Dave introduced me. I'm like, hey man, this is before Ronnie was ever the Ronnie he is today. And then I bumped into him 2 nights later, and he's like, oh, hey Evan, it's nice to see you again. Oh, you should meet this person. This person directs the festival, all this stuff. And I'm like, you're selling out shows. There's no reason why you should know me, let alone remember my name, let alone introduce me to somebody who's important in the business. I'm like, I will ride or die for this guy forever now.
Yeah. I think 2 things I want to say on that is and I think that's really nice, because what I hate about those VIP bars, the Max Watts, the Lofts, I like being in there. They're open at 5 in the morning because it's artists. We sometimes get this middle class, upper class privilege where it's we can drink till 7 in the morning and have all this shit going on where normal people are football fans. You've seen it with the England game right now against Mexico. Wouldn't be allowed that, right? But what I hate about those places is I perform on stage and I come off stage and go in those venues and feel like I'm performing again. Or I feel like you have to perform. People looking over your shoulder, and it's kind of like a social rat race in person. Yeah. And it's quite I just don't think that's it. I don't know, man. Maybe I have a terrible idea of because sometimes if you want something, you got to go get it. You want to make friends with the person because you think they have similar interests or hobbies. Fucking go make friends with that person. Or you want to make friends with someone on a business perspective. That's networking. And I'm not good at networking, but I feel like friendship should be organic. So when you're in there and people are even since I've become a little bit of something at the Fringe, having gone from somebody who I wasn't important, I should do my solos, now I book stuff and I can get you places. Nowhere amazing. But just having people, I don't even like that, the way people, do you know what I mean? I just find it very unnerving. It's not a real relationship.
But then what you're doing is you're getting in your head and you're prejudging those networking, that meeting. You're like, oh, I don't like going to that bar because this is what exists. And that's those people. Right?
But it is. I'm not in my head about this.
No, but what you're doing is you're already putting them at a thing. Right? I loved hanging at those bars because there's so many fun people there, man.
Yeah,
you don't even have to think about it as networking. Just go and hang out with your boys.
Yeah, I kind of have that's why I'm always in there. I'm always in there because the ones who are particularly back in the day, the rampaging alcoholics were always just in there because it was open till 5.
Yeah, man.
Big Bron Jones, Rob Mulholland. I would always be in there. I'll always be with there. I'll always see Emmanuel Sonobi and Kai Hovries and have a bit of a chat with them because they just like to get on it, man. They just like to enjoy themselves, have a good time, and that's what I'm there for.
Dude, you go to a sports bar. Why? Because there's other people who play sports.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can go and you can bond with people who love a thing you do. Now, during the festivals, there's a bar that exists with other comics, people in the industry who love talking about the stuff that you love talking about, the life you're living. They all have common interests. Dude, it's so much fun.
Yeah, that's true, man. That is very true. Maybe that's me in my head. They are fun bars.
Oh, sorry, is
but
that glass half full? What up?
No, it's still half empty. I'm just agreeing with you for that. Like, I just think, like, yeah, I think you're right in certain senses, and I have always enjoyed my time there. I just don't know,
I don't know why you're arguing against it.
I just
so
think,
much
like,
fun.
I don't know. I've been through some shit recently. You know that. This is the first time we've seen each other since my old mentee bee. A little mentee bee at the end of Australia, and since then I just kind of got this idea. Like, a lot of our industry is just people talking about other people and where they are or where they're not. You know what I mean? And I kind of grew a little bit. I found that very, like, I don't know, coming from an Asian community, like, this is not what I got into this for. Like,
dude, what you notice though is people don't give a shit. They'll talk about it, and then when there's the next thing, they move on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But on that note, all I want to say is, like, the goat of, like, that.
Gossip.
I think. No, of, like, the opposite side, like my Ronnie Chang in Australia.
Oh, sure.
Chris Franklin, bro. That guy is, like, the kindest man ever.
Chris is unbelievably so
Like,
kind.
and he's just such an interesting human being.
Yeah.
Like, when I first met him, I was literally like to Dave, like, you know David Callan?
Yeah.
Scottish act, friend of mine. I was staying with him in Perth. So it's like my first day in Australia, and I feel exactly what we're just talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like fresh off the hair transplant, so I'm just a short, bald guy that nobody knows, just like, oh, shit. And a few people, George, a few others, the voucher because they know me from the UK. Willis is like, he's good. Legacy, and like legacy vouchers for everybody. Do you know what I mean?
What is this voucher?
Like, this fucking chair is great at comedy, mate. Is he? No, it's just good conversation when we get stoned together. Why are you getting stoned with a chair, Kyle? What? Like, that's Kyle's voucher.
He does love getting stoned with a chair.
I tell people I had Kyle's voucher, and they were like, no, Willis and George were good. We know. We don't. Yeah. Kyle's a great comic. We don't trust his vouch. Like, that's Kyle through and through, because he's such a nice guy. He doesn't give a fuck about his reputation.
Yeah.
He'll recommend anybody if he likes you, if you're good company, if you could get stoned with him, right? That's kind of Kyle through and through. But, like, a few people, like, sort of vouch for it, but I'm still just a bit like I was just then, just in my nerves a little bit, in my head, like, ooh, I don't want to introduce myself. Hey, I'm Raul. I'm from the UK. It's the first time here. But, like, in a second, like, Chris Franklin just came through. He just carried an aura, but there was a kindness in his eyes.
Yep.
And, like, just he's a big guy, do you know what I mean? Like, former Navy and shit. But, like, a statue where people were kind of like, ooh, the boss. The boss has just walked through. And he came in and, like, he just immediately introduced himself to us, put me at ease, and we felt, like, so nice. But me and him were dressed the same. I thought it was normal in Australia. It was in the vest, the shorts, and the flip-flops. But no, apparently comics are meant to dress normally there. Fuck the heat, right?
Yeah.
And so he then goes to... Like, we then, like, split, and I get in the car with, like, Dave, and I'm like, oh, that homeless comic was really nice. I thought he was just, like, some guy who, like, was kind of borderline homeless or something. And, like, Dave was like, no, that's, like, that guy's had a #1 single. He's played, like, an arena of 60,000 people. He's, like, an Australian household name. And I was like, what the fuck? Because if you think the UK circuit is small for that, like, you'll do an open mic and end up, like, just working with a legend of the game. Like, I know a guy who did 3 gigs. He's now, like, a country musician.
Sure.
But his second gig...
Was this on Australia or here?
In here.
Okay.
And his second gig was with Frankie Boyle.
Yeah.
And depending on how you spin that, I supported Frankie Boyle, right?
Yeah.
How you spin it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that's what happened.
Because if that's the case, I for sure opened up for Joe Rogan.
Yeah, exactly. So you opened up for Joe Rogan, but nobody's going to check. They think Joe Rogan's got the fucking time to go and see what Evan Desmarais has put on his poster at the Melbourne Comedy Festival. Not a chance,
But also,
right?
I'm not going to put... I opened for Joe Rogan on a poster.
Why? Put that shit on there, man. Who's going to judge you?
Everybody?
Who's everybody? The industry? Those other people who gossip about you for a minute and then move on. That was your argument a second ago.
I would rather just not be... Like, look, I love that, but I think associating yourself with that is associating like politically in some sort of way. And like, I don't think my comedy lines up with saying open for Joe Rogan, what that is.
Oh, right. So you think you'd like get a bit of a manosphere rep or something?
Yeah, I think if you say on a poster that you're associating yourself with like the Kill Tony or the Joe Rogan crew, you're saying a thing about that show.
You don't think that's a shame?
What do you mean?
Because like lots of people have been like Bernie Sanders has been on the Joe Rogan podcast. No, like Darren Brown has been on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, and I've watched and I like the Joe Rogan podcast, but there's a difference between being on it, supporting it, and then using that to promote yourself. Because there's other things I can promote myself through. I don't need to use that.
All right, fair enough.
I vote for Jim Jeffries. Like,
did you put that on your poster?
I don't really put the open for people on the posters.
Oh man, I do. You know what? Maybe I'm projected. Maybe it's me who's like, oh my god, that person's so important and famous. I gotta go speak to them. I don't know how to speak to them. I'm shy.
Okay, that makes sense, man. Yeah. It's all coming together.
Where were we before Joe? Yeah, open for Joe. So he was open for Frankie Boyle, but I feel like the Australian circuit is so much smaller in that regard.
Yeah. You kinda work
Like,
with
I'm just hanging with someone, and then it turns out there was like number one last year. They got their own TV show, and they play like arenas of like 100,000. I'm like, what the fuck?
But hold on, can you tell me where does that not exist?
In comedy?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. Maybe coming from the north, but I don't think it's that. Like, I don't think it's. Maybe it's because I'm starting on a higher ladder in Australia. I didn't go to Australia at the open mics. I went into the festivals with a bit of a reputation behind me.
I'm a Canadian. I'm a fucking open micer in Toronto. I go down to New York City, and then all of a sudden
Drake's also on the lineup. Justin Bieber's following.
Yeah, but no, like I'm on gigs with like huge comics by accident, but that's just what it is because everybody's grinding.
I think it's bigger. It's like more intense, like for that in Canada and America.
Yeah, but
like
I think
people at the open mics
scene,
have like circuits.
Like, yeah, I think every scene has big people who come and just drop in and do spots.
I don't think any of the big names, super big names in like the Northeast. I mean, they do come around every so often, but like maybe not the way.
We're not saying it's every weekend.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just felt like when I was in London, but maybe because when I was in Australia, and maybe it's because I was starting at a higher level. Like I wasn't starting in the lightweights. I was starting in the middle. I wasn't starting at like the open
Yeah, but you're
mic, so
also
it's
doing
like,
festivals.
Yeah, I was doing festivals, and I was kind of starting with like a little bit of reputation coming from the UK and people who could help me associate. So immediately I was just kind of like, oh my God, this is my first day here, trying to be humble, like trying to like just fucking grind, show people that I'm worth something. And then I'm just like sat having a drink with someone who's like regularly on TV, and I'm like, what the fuck is like? Yeah, I think that's just a different. Like I started climbing the ladder higher up a little bit in Australia. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, but that's what it is, dude. Is the longer you do it, when you go to these places, you have the connections and you work, and it's like I did 4 or 5 years of the Australian fringes before I did Edinburgh. So then when I went to do Edinburgh, I'm like, holy shit, everybody who runs shit there runs shit here. And then I got to do Late and Live because like Fred, like I knew Fred for fucking 4 years, and now she booked like one of the biggest late night shows.
Yeah.
So I was able to jump like ahead of so many more people who are grinding from the bottom.
Yeah, and it's crazy the way like you just have friends and then like a producer of it, like you know, just a normal circuit show, and then suddenly it's like, oh, they fucking like run BBC News now. Yeah, man. It's a crazy old industry, man. It's just insane.
But how are you feeling post MenTB?
Post MenTB, I'm okay. I packed in the drink for now. Occasionally I vape weed. Packed in the rest of the drugs. I feel like I just throw myself at work. I'm in pain today, but that's because I broke my butt.
When you say like rest of the drugs, are we talking like even like Adderall?
I think that fucking ADHD meds played a big part, you know.
Yeah, man.
Bro, like they, I never, bro. You have to bear in mind, this is my story, right? My story is that like I was just like a middle of the road, always tired kid. Sometime around 15, 16, I became a straight A student, and nobody knew what happened. And I didn't know what happened until I really started thinking about the past few years. I started smoking. I started leaving school, smoking my end. And that helped me like basically focus, but it also helped me like emotionally regulate when I was dealing with rejection, anger, grief. And then like a few years ago, I kind of started to see that like smoking was impacting me on stage. It was making me more unconsciously anxious and nervous. No, it would like, because I had got so, I was still feeling the fucking nerves and they're like, oh shit, I'm about to go on stage. And like, I think people always thought I was more confident than I was because I'm just so loud in your face. I kind of projected that illusion. But like, I would be chaining cigarettes before I went on stage and just full of nicotine so I was calm. Yeah. But then if a joke went wrong, like if my opening line didn't drop, I would panic, and I would kind of sometimes scream and talk too fast. My nervous system was fucked without nicotine. Yeah. But a few years, I sort of, if we could still smoke on stage, I might still be smoking, and none of this might have happened.
Did you ever do comedy where you could smoke on stage?
No. I went to nightclubs when you could smoke inside of nightclubs, but I never but I see people in the past. And I actually read about people who gave up because they brought in the smoking ban, and they were like, I can't, I will have a panic attack on stage.
When you were in Toronto, did you do any of the weed clubs?
No, I went into a weed club. I didn't gig anywhere.
Bro.
I can't like picture anything worse than gigging the stoners.
Dude, you can have a joint and smoke it on stage.
Yeah, I did that in Thailand, and that was not for me. I was like doing the same joke 4 times. Yeah. It's like watching me with Alzheimer's. Like, dude, it wasn't good.
Even if you don't, like, there's a lot of comics who don't really smoke, but they still want to do the gigs because they were fun gigs. Oh, yeah. So you'd be hanging out, like, in the green room where there's not, like, a lot of weed, and you'd be chill, you'd be sober, and then you'd walk onto stage, and the room would be hotboxed, and you'd start a 10-minute set, and by the end of it, you high as fuck. Because you're on stage, all the air. You're like in the cloud and inhaling all the weed smoke, getting secondhand high.
Naturally, yeah, bro. I've got a few friends who didn't smoke, but like hung around with us when we smoked, and that same thing would happen to them. But that was it. Like I realized, like cigarettes was making me worse on stage.
Yeah,
and it was also making me worse in bed, bro. And that was the real.
And that's the real.
I gotta pack this shit in, bro. Like this is the ladies don't like me. No, we gotta. Like that was more important. You know what I mean? I don't get paid for it, but it was more important.
Oh, 100%.
So I packed this smoking to be a better fuck, and I became a better fuck. But I became so emotionally like up. And I kind of.
Dude, somebody told me that the more water you drink, the bigger your dick is.
What?
Because like it keeps it hydrated and thicker. I'm like,
They're
why
like a
did somebody tell me this when I was fucking 8 years old? I'd have been drinking. Look at Brett's chugging water right now. But like, dude, you know how shitty we are as men that you say that to a person and they're like, oh, I'm gonna drink 4 liters of water every day now.
Yeah, bro, they should just, even if that's not true, like that should be the NHS slogan
have
for men.
Doctors tell you,
know what I mean? Yeah.
The more water you drink, the bigger your dick's gonna be. That's 100%. That would fix everybody be hydrated as fuck, bro.
Yeah, I don't think you'd ever get like any of these excess heat wave deaths.
No, nothing.
If men were to suddenly, oh, what, your penis gets... I don't know if that's true, bro.
I don't want you to even say those words, bro. It's true.
All right, we'll go for that.
I want to drink water.
Anyway, for all the ladies watching, I drink 60 liters of water an hour.
Yeah.
That's me.
He's nearly gonna drown.
But like, so I packed in smoking. And then I got diagnosed with ADHD, and like the doctor was like, it's the most like clear like ADHD I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I thought from there they do what I'm doing now is to be like, okay, so let's think about what triggers you. Like try meditation, try MMA, like try enough exercise while being still, and like find somewhere in between when you're doing your emails. And I was like, yeah, what I'm doing now is good, but it's coming off the bit of a dysregulated year, so I'm kind of still finding my peace in the motion. But they didn't. They just went like, here's cocaine. It's like meth they give you.
Yeah, they give you
And
meth.
so in Australia, I took meth. Like just before I left, I started taking the meth. And it was really good for focus. But it was terrible for all other aspects of my life. I became a bit more autistic.
How much were you doing?
I was doing exactly what they prescribed. Like I even said to the doctor, like, yo, have you not got modafinil? Because I took half of them a day, and I felt like that kind of had me focused while balancing my emotions. He was like, nah, the meth's stronger. Try the meth. It's like an evil doctor or some shit. And so I was like, okay, I didn't want to take it. I had them on my desk for so long. I had them for almost like a fucking half a year. And I was like, I'm not really sure about this. Life's going okay. I don't need to take it. I probably bit off more than I could chew with Australia. I probably shouldn't have done Melbourne. I got, when you look at your tickets and nothing's like flip. Mm-hmm. And if it's a brand new festival, you're going, shit, I'm going to die. I'm going to go bankrupt. And you don't realize that most people buy at the festival. Yeah. And it kind of worked out financially for me. And I'm coming back again next year. But like at the time, I was like, oh no, this is going to go horribly wrong. It's going to blow up. It's going to be so much trouble. So I start taking the meth to try and rush to get everything done and put out. Because marketing is infinite. You know, running this club. Now you could just put shit out relentlessly to help your sales. And so I did all that.
There's always work to be done.
Yeah, and then I had the breakup at the start because I was neglecting my girlfriend because I was focusing so big on the market and the tickets. And then I just spent 3 months doing meth, drinking to sort of just pretend like, it's not effect. Like, you just drink and you're just like, I'm 10,000 miles away from home, from anyone that ever actually like really loves me. And I'm just getting through it. I'm just getting up every day when all I want to do is sit down and crash and just getting through it. And then on the last day, just kaboom. Kaboom. And then the 12 days in the Philippines after, I just packed everything in. The alcohol, the meth. And I actually think the come off the meth was worse than anything. Like, I think I could have a drink now and I'd be all right. I think I could
how long were you
do
doing
anything.
It consistently? Like for the 3
months, bro. Yeah. Just to try and like ignore all the feelings and just be like, I have a job to do. Yeah. Because there were times I thought of packing it up and going home. But like I was just like, no, I've committed to this and I got to do it. And that's what I did. And I just kind of zoned in on the shows. But it was fucking tough, bro. I did not enjoy 1 fucking minute of 3 months in paradise.
there was some highlights.
Checking the tickets after the first week of Perth was probably the only time I was like, okay, I'm having it. Because when you're going through all that, you're just bad energy as well. You know what I mean? Like your friends know what's going on. They love you, but like they don't like you at that time. they don't want to be around you, do they? You're just like, oh, I fucking got all this shit going on in my head. It's crazy. Like it was tough, man, but fuck it. It happened. Made me wiser.
Yeah.
And it led me to evolve me to a better version of myself, where I'm finally like doing the things I've needed to do for a while. Like my follow account on Insta has gone up 100% just off
Great.
consistently
You doubled it?
posting reels. Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
We went
man.
from like 4,000, 8,000 in like a few months. So if we can keep up that growth, I'm finding my niche. All these projects that were for so long, man. I just had these projects and it was just, I was the guy in your kitchen. I got these ideas, man.
And
You got any meth?
It's so tough unless you actually like work on it and do those things.
We get so paralyzed by perfection. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Like you gotta look perfect. You gotta make sure you shave. Like
I don't.
just on the off chance you like t-shirts too tight, you gotta
Yeah.
make sure you trimmed your pubes. Like you gotta make sure everything for the camera is good.
Why?
Well, I don't know. That's just the way I was. Because I was like,
Yeah.
if this is going on forever, it's not like I'm in a room for 20 minutes and then these people won't think about me again. It's like I'm gonna be. This is gonna be around forever. Like my mom might see it, my grandkids might see it. All these. I was like paralyzed by this perfectionism.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, it just doesn't really matter, bro. Get a good camera, get some good lighting,
you put
be
stuff
funny, put stuff out, and then
100%.
some of it will work. Just make sure you put some effort into the content side of things. Yeah. But still also keep your pubes trimmed, just in case you're wearing a tight
That's
t-shirt.
such an interesting, because I've never thought I need to keep my pubes trimmed for stage.
What happens after the show, baby?
Who's looking at your dick being like, ugh, untamed trims?
I do a lot of work with Kyle, bro. Like we do a lot of comedy striptease.
yeah, all
I
the
do a lot of work
striptease.
with Paul, the Naked Comedy Show.
Yeah,
that probably
okay.
didn't help because I'm doing those shows. And I'm like, fuck, I got all this stuff to do. I got to write. I got to focus on my performance. I got to send my emails. I got to
Do a
upload
couple
clips.
sit-ups.
I got to do some sit-ups. I got to drink 16 liters of water. And I got to make sure my pubes trimmed. Like that's where I was.
Anytime I did a naked show, I'd always have to helicopter before.
Oh yeah, I did that, and then like somebody serving food came through, and I was like, yeah, I'm not allowed in that venue again. Because I don't think the new comedy was just a random Indian dude. The kitchen just
whipping his
jerking
dick.
off.
That's sick. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, man. Because I know like a lot of us were genuinely worried.
Oh God, that's not good to know. A lot of you were genuinely worried?
Well, yeah,
Was
man.
that on the last day or just throughout the months where you like, I had a few people check in on me, but I kind of, that's what I mean about the gossip thing. Like a lot of people were worried, but I don't think
But I
too
don't
many
think
people
it's
checked
gossip.
in.
Like, look, like I messaged you a couple weeks ago to just make sure you're all right.
Oh yeah. But I mean, while I was in Australia, but I don't know when did people start getting worried about me?
Look, everybody, like I think everybody knew that you were going through a thing. Nobody was like worried about you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it was gossip. We just wanted to make sure you're all right. Because we've all been in those places, man.
Yeah, I think that was my realization as well. Like
We've all
more
been
and
sad. We've all
more.
gone through breakups.
Yeah. It was just a sort of like way I was kind of trapped between everything, continents and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Where it just makes you question. Like right now, I'm not even sure if I got a 2-year plan. I'm really gonna throw myself at it, but I'm not even sure if stand-up makes me happy, bro. I had such an existential crisis after.
Yeah.
Like what keeps me happy is like moving. Like I started kickboxing. I'm not very good at it, but it makes me happy.
Dude. So my
You know, I
friend,
get the shit kicked out of me by 18-year-olds every week.
my friend Tyler Tilley was a boxer in Toronto.
Oh yeah.
Right, and he would get nervous before the fight the next day, right? So the night before, he couldn't sleep, so he would just start painting.
Oh shit.
And then he found, oh my God, I actually prefer painting than I enjoy getting punched in the face. So then he just became a painter, moved to Thailand, lives on the cheap, makes paintings, dude.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
Because you don't know what it is. That's the thing that's genuinely gonna put you at peace.
Yeah. And I just think I might give up. Like I got a 2-year plan, and then like if none of that works, it's kind of like I could set up a comedy club in the Philippines or Thailand. I could just give up and become a personal trainer.
Yeah, but dude, who cares? Like,
I know, that's it. It's like about what
It's
makes me
your
happy, and
life.
I've been thinking deeply about that.
and like even if you don't want to do stand up, don't do it right now. Fall into the football stuff. Your football shit is so far beyond anybody else's.
I prefer the stand-up shit to the football shit.
Okay, what about the history shit?
I like the history shit. I'm really working on that right now. I'm very excited to put that out. That shit's really exciting. I love digging up the past, man. You know me.
100%.
But I really just like moving, bro. I'm happiest when I'm moving. But
then
I broke
combine
I broke my butt yesterday, and now I can't move.
Your butt will heal.
It's really painful right now, bro. Is
it actually that bad?
Do you know how it happened?
What did you do?
Bro, this is the worst poo of my life.
Oh God.
Because it wasn't like the poo that did it. It was the fact that I'd taken a shit. but the toilet seat was like not on the hinges properly. You ever done that?
Yeah.
So I'm like a bit
had my
heavier than
dick
I think
pinched.
the person whose toilet it was. And I sat on it and I'm like having a normal shit. And then just like, I thought it was on, but it's like not fastened on.
Yeah.
So then like I like strained, you put some weight, put some weight down on it. And the seat like flew off with me on it. And like I fell on my butt.
No.
And then I had to clean the bathroom with a fucking sore butt. But it's like, you need your butt, bro. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
Like, I can't do no fucking. I can't do no driving. I'll be
it's like-
limping. I'm hopping everywhere.
It's essentially your hips, right?
Yeah, bro. I fucked my hip flexor up.
Yeah.
Got people, you gotta make sure you. This is why Indians don't use
Dude,
seats,
you're getting
bro.
old.
This is why. No, I fell off a toilet
getting
seat, bro.
old.
I
You're
flew
getting
off
old.
a toilet seat, bro.
You're an old man.
This is why my culture is right. You don't need
Don't
toilets.
say, "Oh, I
You just
flew
have
off
a hole
toilet
in the
seat."
ground.
You flew off because you were straining to take a shit, dude. That's an old man thing. Like,
God damn it. I'm young. I'm
yeah.
Packy Pan.
Okay, we got to wrap this up. But I Packy Pan. Jesus Christ. Yo, check
Peter
out-
Packy? Would that be better? Peter Pack? Oi, that's nice, bro.
Yeah, I got this tailored. There's gonna be a YouTube video released about it, like a TikTok. Check this out. He embroidered creatures, and then like I'm moving. Well, I just finished moving, so all my T-shirts I was trying to downsize. He fucking lined the jacket with all my old T-shirts, and it's reversible.
Dude, that is sick, bro. Who is he? Who is this guy?
His name's Luke. It's the fucking best. But like,
Yeah, shout out Luke,
look at
bro.
that, man. It's so fucking cool.
That
I
is
fucking
sick,
love this
bro. That is absolutely sick.
shit. And then he's gonna get it stitched on the front. The mayor. 'Cause I'm trying to be the mayor.
You trying to be the mayor? Trying to take Andy Burnham's spot?
No, I'm gonna be the mayor.
Do you even have citizenship,
I'm
bro?
gonna be the mayor of my realm.
Can you be a mayor on a visa? Can you be like a tourist mayor?
Yeah, Doctor, Mr., Mrs. Mayor. That's
The
me.
mayor of the creatures?
I just want to be the mayor of my realm.
The
I don't
creatures
care-
mayor.
I want to just disassociate from creatures. I'm the mayor of my world.
The mayor of your world. Why? That's fucking shit, bro. Why would you? Like, why would you be the mayor of your world? Like, you be the president of your universe.
No,
You're like,
dude.
I'll be the mayor of my world. Won't dream too high in my own dreams. What the fuck?
Because I like mayor energy, dude.
Who likes mayor energy? They're the corrupt ones who cheap out. I'm thinking of Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons, and I'm like,
Fuck,
nobody
dude.
likes the mayor.
No, I'm giving Mamdani that. Like, I think he's.
Oh, yeah, Mamdani's got that
shown
aura,
the fucking
bro.
World, it's cool to be a mayor.
Nah, but he's cool, and he became a mayor to use his coolness and his goodness to do good.
Huh?
Actually, yeah, because the mayor of like Kiev was like Vladimir Klitschko. A boxer? Yeah. Actually, maybe all right.
I think the mayor's a good vibe.
I just think I would be like Galactic Emperor of the universe. I don't know if that says something about my ego, but if it's my fucking title, my thing, I'm going to make it as big as possible.
Fair enough. All right, we got to wrap this up. Dude, do you want to plug anything? Because we got to go. We got to set up for the next show.
A Brief History of Northumbria coming to Edinburgh Fringe. And my play, I'm writing a play, Buddha versus Jesus
Oh, yeah,
at
you
the
might be doing
Edinburgh
it
Fringe.
here at Creatures
If
Fest.
you've got space, I will do a fuck, because that'll sell itself.
Okay,
Buddha
we'll
versus
figure it
Jesus,
out.
we'll talk about it, baby.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Bye.